We got a great call lined up today. I'm excited about this young lady. She got with us the first time she came on and talked with us was November the 4th. It was a Thursday. Then she came back December 7th, which was a Tuesday. And now she's back with us on another beautiful, beautiful Thursday. And she hails from the Texas area. She is a fireball. And I get excited when she talks. Matter of fact, she's a business owner, has a locksmith business, decided she want more time to do more things with her life. And she went to a talk in Texas, in Dallas, I think it was, and she saw Tony Kupas, and she walked up to him and said, look, when can you come to my city? And Tony Kupas said, where? And he said, can you fill it up? She goes, I can do better than that. Watch me. You know, what I like about her, she made a commitment. Listen to what I said, she made a commitment. When have you made a commitment to get to your next promotion, a commitment? She made a commitment to him to come out here. I'll just show me. I'll fill it up. So she filled the room up. He came out, and I tell you what, she's on her way to, listen up, she's on her way to regional vice president. She's an RD already. She said, I'm going to stop at RVP on the way to SVP. I don't plan on staying there very long. She's been mentored by the great Mr. Dean Torelli. She's also been mentored by Miss Giles and Driscoll, and she is a fireball. Without further ado, all the way from Texas, regional director, Miss Roxanne Corralejo. Let's give her a hand.
Everybody, I am so excited to be here. Thank you so much, Mr. L. Thomas. Definitely, I am truly honored. I love speaking on this call. It develops me, so I hope y'all get as much out of this as I do. I definitely know I get a lot out of it. You are truly a leader's leader, and leaders lead from the front. They say that all the time, but true servant leaders like yourself, you lead straight from the middle. You're in the trenches with us, and a servant leader, what they will do is they'll elevate other leaders. They want to see other leaders succeed. Other leaders move past their current position and what they're currently doing, and that is exactly who I get to learn from. So when you mention my mentors, you are truly one of them. I aspire to be just like you, senior vice president that truly leads from within. And is my service okay? Y'all are freezing, but can you hear me okay? Okay, perfect. I'm just going to keep talking though, even though some of y'all's faces are stuck in weird positions. So again, I truly appreciate being here with you guys. So again, my name is Roxanne Corralejo. I do live in San Antonio, Texas. I am 5 feet tall and I am a ball of fire, just like you mentioned. The reason why I say that is because nobody, even just speaking on Zoom, they really don't get a chance to see that or know. And they see me in person and they look, they're like, where did you go? You're all the way down here. How do you pack so much personality? What's really great is that a lot of people do, they can relate to that and they like seeing that. And I get asked all the time, how do I get just even some of your energy? So one thing I want to talk about today is definitely being you, identifying who you are. I can't tone this down for anybody. And when I try, people notice that and I become phony. So I was actually presenting to someone. A lot of time people ask to say, I love your energy. I want to partner up with you. I want to do what you're doing. But I also get the opposite effect where I had someone tell me, she goes, ooh, child, you're too much. Calm it down. And that happens. Not everyone's going to relate to you. Not everyone relates to me. So what do? We have, how many people do we have on this call? 80 people on this call alone. We have other people that can relate to our people that we try to talk to. So one thing I want to focus on today is finding your target market. This woman was not my target audience, my target market whatsoever. But guess what? I know people that can fit her personality. So instead of altering mine and tried to fit what she needed, I found someone else that could. And I sat there and I listened and I absorbed all the information. So just because I'm a regional director, that doesn't mean I couldn't call on one of my executive team leaders to help me out. So when it comes to 2022, what I've done is I titled my 2022 as 2022 is all about you. When we set these goals for our New Year's resolution, what are we setting them for? And I love the fact that I'm on here the second week of January. Why? Because this is when people let their resolutions go, their resolutions, their goals, or maybe they didn't start out as strong and they want to adjust them. I want you to reevaluate those. Do you have them written down? First of all, if you don't have them written down, then you're not shooting for anything. All you're doing is closing your eyes and throwing darts at the wall, and you're never going to hit anything. Write down your goals and then look at them. And why do you have these goals? What are they there for? Are they there for you? Are they there for what you want to become, where you want to go, who you want to be? 2022 is investing in myself, investing in you. Invest in what you want to do. And I love the fact that ACN Corporate, and I heard this yesterday, that they titled 2022 as Elevate. Not just elevate ACN or elevate your business, elevate you, elevate your life, elevate your partnerships, elevate your health. All this comes into play. And the reason why is because we want to attract people. What makes business so hard, and it's not just this business, it's any business. What makes business so hard is when we're chasing after it. Stop chasing after it. Identify yourself, identify your purpose, who you are, and attract those that you attract, and stop chasing, because we have so many other people that we can have help us if we don't fit that target audience. So the first thing that we want to do is find our story. We talk about that all the time, is what's our story. So when we set these goals for this new year that came about, and maybe we haven't started those, is because maybe we're thinking, which we are taught all the time in training, is to find our reason why. Well, the problem with finding our reason why is that sometimes it is strong, but that is what holds us to our job. That's what also holds us to our 9 to 5 and not pursuing our passion or things we want to do, because we say, well, this is my reason why. This is what I have to do. But if we focus these goals on you, finding fulfillment, finding your passion, finding what you want to do, they're a lot easier to complete. They're a lot easier to do and stick to, because you're like, you know what? Let me focus on me. Let me invest in me. Because when you invest in yourself, you are making the world around you a lot better place. Because if you're unhappy, I promise you the people around you are unhappy too. We don't want to be around people that just aren't loving themselves. So when you focus on these goals and your reasons why, let's focus that on passion. What is your passion? Who you are. So when I talk about this story, when I first started ACN 3 years ago and telling my story, and just like Mr. L. Thomas mentioned that I am a locksmith. Yes. So whenever I get on, I would say, hi, my name is Roxanne Corralejo. I run a business. I run a locksmith company, and a lot of you have heard it. My business is open 24 hours a day. My business ran me. And I wasn't really running my business. Well, now identifying my story and that target audience that I want to talk to, that target audience that's attracted to me, I say, okay, well, you know what? My story is, I do have an educational background. I am educated. I have a degree. Not a lot of people even know that because I don't use it. But I have that degree that I'm not using. My background was biology, but I was unfulfilled. I wasn't happy. How many of us are in our chosen career, our chosen job, and just don't feel happy, don't feel fulfilled, feel like there's so much more out there? What is my purpose? I know I'm meant for more. What is it? Well, that was me. So then I took that step into entrepreneurship, and I said, you know what? I need to find what I'm meant for. I need to find what makes me happy. Well, in that process, it's not easy. Trying to find yourself is not easy. I have been evicted. I've had my car repoed. I've gone hungry. These are things people don't talk to, but guess what? Other entrepreneurs have been through them as well. You absolutely can. I can relate to some people that relate to me that have been in those situations with me. They've had family to care for, so maybe they're not going after their dreams because they're like, I can go hungry myself, but I can't let my kids go hungry. Absolutely not. And that's what happens sometimes when we pursue our dreams or our passions or our ambitions, is that it's not producing right away. And so guess what? We give up on them the second week in January. We give up on them way too soon because we don't feel that we're ready to do that yet. Guess what? If you're not ready now, you're not going to be ready in a year or 2 years or 5 years or 10 years. We have to jump in and we have to do it. And these things will come into play once you identify yourself. And that's the hardest part. That was the hardest part for me. So that is my story. My story now is not that I ran a business. I'm a locksmith, which I do, but not many people can relate to breaking into cars. Some can. That's probably not the audience I want to attract, or those that are breaking into cars or houses. But the audience I want to attract are those individuals that have struggled. Maybe they have been successful and maybe they lost it all. We've heard so many of those stories in 2008 and in 2020. These are people that are coming out of 2020. So when we're focusing on our story, we want to find our passion. So for me, what I did is I evaluate, what is my passion? What do I find fulfillment and joy in? And that is empowering other people. It took a while. It's not something you're going to find right away, but empowering other people is my passion. So when it comes to everything we did over this past year, Mr. Thomas did mention, yes, we had one of the co-founders out, and it was just because my passion was not for me to win this competition, not for me to be in front of Mr. Tony Kupas, not for me to enjoy being at his beach house and having this lavish night, an amazing night. My passion was, okay, I made it. Now, how do I get him to my family back home? How do I get him to the people? So that is how that happened. And within the process, we hit the charts, the production charts. We got a lot of recognition. I've been invited to this call, which is phenomenal. But guess what? For me, that part, that recognition, I was like, so what? So what? I don't care that my name is on the charts. I want to see Mr. Douglas Soto, Mr. Gabriel Martinez, Miss Dolores Garza. These are people in my organization. I want to see their names on the charts. I want to see your guys' names on the charts. Not even part of my organization, Mr. Mark Maples, Justin Nepomuceno. These are people I've surrounded myself with that when I see them up there, I'm so much more excited to see them than to see myself. Because guess what? Just like Mr. Thomas, like I mentioned, when we're working in the trenches with you, a servant leader is to help others elevate and empower them to find what makes them succeed. So you guys, finding yourself, I want you to reevaluate these goals. How many of you have set goals and just haven't really started them yet, to be honest? Let's be honest. Who hasn't started working on these goals? I see some head shaking, right? Yeah, because they're saying maybe tomorrow, maybe next week. You're procrastinating. Why? Because it's really not you. Let's reevaluate these goals and set them to you. Set them to something that you can accomplish. Set them daily, weekly, monthly, and actually fulfill them and find someone to hold you accountable for them. We talk about that all the time. Why? Because if you don't share it, no one's checking up on you, you will keep procrastinating. And I do it all the time. Man, trying to get myself on social media. I'm trying and working so hard to do more of it lately, but that's one of my fall points. And I had a goal set last week. I had my coach investing in myself. I invested in a coach. I invested someone to help me find me, help me get better so I can help my team, so I can help everybody else. And my homework was to set up 1 minute, just a small video, something, 1 minute of content. And so I said, all right, I had an idea of what I wanted to post, a video. Guess what? I didn't get done that day. Oh, I'll do it tomorrow. I was traveling. I'll do it at the airport. Well, let me wait till I get to the hotel. I kept putting it off because it's something I didn't want to do. We all have that. Mr. Dean Trolley set a goal of peaking. That is not my strong point. I hate peaking people. I like to build that relationship. Some of us are really, really great at it. Mr. Douglas Soto, we were going head in head. We were saying, all right, how many peaks did you get for today? How many peaks did you get for today? He was blowing me out of the water because that is his strong point. That is not mine. I peaked a total of 3 people in a week. That is it. Our goal was 10. It was nothing crazy. 10, I peaked 3. Douglas Soto blew me out of the water. But my strong point is creating those relationships. So you have to stay in your lane. What is your strong point? So within creating those relationships, out of 3 peaks, 2 of them turned into IBOs. Not everybody has those results, but some people can peak 10, 15, 20 people and have no problem. That's okay too. That is their strong point. That's why we need to partner up with people. And that's what I love about ACN is we're not in this alone. We work together. So once you find out who you are, once you find out your passion, what your strong point is, stick to that. The trouble is we continue through this business or any business and we continue to get promoted. People keep asking you to do different things. And now you're running your business. Now you're peaking. Now you're presenting. Now you're doing everything. That's the system, which is great. So we know the system and we have that written down. But now you lose that momentum because guess what? You start doing it all yourself. How many of you are doing it all yourself? You're peaking, you're presenting, you're recruiting, you're getting people qualified, you're getting them on a training, you're promoting events, everything you're doing yourself. And I saw Mr. L. Thomas pointing at people. I know, because that's me too. Stop it. My strongest point is building those relationships. So when those peaks are made and people send them to me, they send them to me because my strongest point is talking to them and building that trust and letting them know, hey, no matter what, we got your back. You decide to jump in and you want to do this and you don't succeed, guess whose fault it is? It's mine. That is my strong point. Stick to your strong point and find a leader. It doesn't even have to be someone on your same team, but someone that you can bounce around with, run these presentations with. These stories. Sometimes some people have these great stories, these testimonies. Use them. We're all here to help each other out. So the main purpose for today and my training, again, is 2022 is all about you. Focus on you. Invest in you. You are your superpower. In any business, the superpower is you. Why? Because there is no one else no one else out there like you. No one else that can do what you do the way that you do it. Do not change yourself for anyone else. If there's someone that doesn't fit you, find someone that they fit. Don't alter yourself, because guess what? You're attracting the wrong people if you do. They sense that you're phony. The hardest part is going out there and chasing business. Let the business chase you. The last one of those 3 people that I had the 3 peaks I did, and one of them that came on board, I told you I got 2. I had her talk to Mr. Corralejo for 5 minutes. I just wanted to make that quick introduction. She signed up on the spot, no hesitation. And he asked her, he said, well, what did you like most about the business? That's exactly what he asks everybody. And she said, you know what, it all sounds great, but yeah, Roxanne just told me what she did. And I said, I want to do it. How do I do it? Because she was attracted to me. I didn't have to chase her. I didn't even have to pique her. She just asked that question. She piqued herself. And you hear those stories happening. Why aren't they happening to you? Because you're trying to chase people. Find your purpose, find what fulfills you, stick to that, stay in your lane, and you will attract so much business. I promise you it'll surprise you, because Lord, it surprised me. It definitely did, because I didn't believe it. I went for it. I didn't believe it. And this is where we are today. So definitely, you guys, 2022 is about you. It's all about you. Find your superpower and run with it. Thank you so much, Mr. Thomas. I really appreciate being on this call. I love sharing my story with you guys and everything. My development, that's all that I pour into you guys, is the investment I pour into myself. It's as I develop, you guys are experiencing it at the same time I am. So thank you again. I appreciate you.
You are flat out just amazing. I love it. The topic for the day, if you guys did not write it down, I'm still writing notes over here. Find your target market. That's what she started with. Then she says 2022 is all about who? You. And she said 3 things. Write down your goals. How many of you written down your goals? And then she said invest in yourself. Invest in who? Yourself. Man. And then she said also, next thing she said, find your story. What's your story? You know, 3 years ago, locksmith, 3 years ago, I mean, think about it. And then she said what? She understands what it means to be evicted, have a car repo, to go hungry. She understands. You know, and last thing that was very powerful says you are your what? Superpower. Don't wait for anybody else. Tag, you're all in. Wow.